How loneliness became a market. Let's get started. What is the lonely economy?
Today, we're talking about something called the lonely economy. Sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Really is. The lonely economy refers to businesses that grow because more people are living alone or feeling isolated. They spend money to make life easier or less lonely.
So it's not just about sadness, it's about how companies step in to meet those needs.
Exactly. Think about restaurants that welcome solo diners, streaming platforms that keep us entertained at home, or even apps with AI chatbots that talk to you when you're feeling alone. All of these are part of the lonely economy.
That's fascinating. It's almost like loneliness itself has become a driver of new markets.
Yes, and it's growing quickly. As lifestyles change, companies are finding ways to turn solitude into opportunities, sometimes by offering comfort, sometimes by offering distraction.
So, when I order dinner, just for myself on a delivery app, I'm part of this economy.
Absolutely. Every single portion meal kit, every solo travel package, every subscription box designed for one person. They're all examples of how businesses are catering to people living alone.
Wow. So the lonely economy isn't some niche idea anymore, it's mainstream.
Right. It's becoming a major trend in how we shop, eat, and entertain ourselves. It's reshaping industries everywhere.
Okay, so we know what the lonely economy is. But why is it happening right now?
One big reason is urbanization. More people are moving into cities, but city life can actually feel isolating.
You can be surrounded by millions of people and still feel alone.
Exactly. With remote work, people spend less time in offices, so those casual chats with coworkers are disappearing.
So fewer water cooler conversations, more Zoom calls.
Yes, and that changes how we connect. Families are also smaller now, and more people are choosing to live alone, which increases demand for services designed for one person.
And technology plays a role too, doesn't it?
Definitely. Technology makes solo living easier. You can order food with a tap, stream endless shows, or even chat with an AI companion without leaving home.
So modern life is both making solitude possible and encouraging it.
Exactly. The lonely economy is growing now. Lifestyle changes, demographics, and technology have all come together to make living alone not just possible but normal. Demographic shifts.
So, who's actually driving this lonely economy?
A big group is single households. More people are living alone than ever before.
I read that in some cities, nearly half of households are single person.
Exactly. And it's not just young professionals. Older adults who are widowed or divorced are part of this too.
So it's not just millennials, streaming Netflix alone.
Right. Spans generations. Seniors especially rely on services that support independence.
Like meal delivery, health monitoring apps, or even robot companions.
Yes, and those industries are booming. Companies see the demographic trend and design products for solo living.
So demographic shifts are reshaping demand.
Exactly. As single households and aging populations grow, the lonely economy becomes central to modern markets.
Culture matters too. How is society changing around solo living?
We're seeing a big shift. Being alone used to carry stigma, but now it's increasingly accepted, even celebrated.
Like solo travel. It used to sound unusual, but now, it's marketed as empowering.
Exactly. Travel companies design packages for individuals, highlighting freedom and self-discovery.
And dining too. I've seen restaurants with booths for one person.
Yes, and that idea is spreading globally. It normalizes eating alone, making it comfortable, instead of awkward.
So culture is catching up with reality. People are alone more often, and businesses are making it feel okay.
Right. Even entertainment reflects this shift. Streaming platforms encourage binge watching alone as a normal pastime.
So the lonely economy isn't just about products, it's about changing attitudes.
Exactly. Cultural acceptance makes solo living mainstream, which expands the market for lonely economy services. Dining and entertainment.
Food is such a social thing, but it plays a huge role in the lonely economy too.
Absolutely. Dining used to be centered around groups or families. Now businesses design experiences for one.
Like single-portion meal kits or restaurants that cater to solo diners.
Exactly. Delivery apps are booming because they let people eat alone without the social pressure of going out.
And it's not just convenience, right? It's also emotional comfort.
Yes, food is tied to emotions. Comfort meals, late-night snacks, or personalized menus help people feel cared for, even when they're alone.
So the lonely economy is changing not just what we eat, but how we eat.
Exactly. Dining alone is becoming normalized, and businesses are making it easier and even stylish.
Eating alone used to feel awkward, but now it's almost a lifestyle.
Right. Food and dining are at the heart of the lonely economy because they combine necessity with emotional connection.
Entertainment feels like a huge part of the lonely economy. Who hasn't binged a show alone?
Exactly. Streaming platforms are central here. They're designed for solo use. You can watch anytime, anywhere.
And gaming too. It's interactive, but often solitary.
Yes, though gaming also blurs the line. You're alone physically but connected virtually to communities worldwide.
So entertainment fills both time and the emotional gap.
Right. People turn to movies, music, podcasts, or games not just for fun but to feel engaged.
Binge culture has become normal. Watching a whole season alone is now a weekend plan.
Exactly. The lonely economy reframes solitude as choice. Entertainment becomes empowerment.
So entertainment isn't just distraction, it's how people manage loneliness.
Yes, and it's one of the fastest growing sectors, shaping how we spend free time. Companionship and wellness.
Food and entertainment make sense, but companionship feels like the heart of loneliness.
Exactly. Pets are a huge part of the lonely economy. Adoption rates have risen because people want emotional connection at home.
During the pandemic, shelters were running out of cats and dogs.
Yes, and that trend continues. People invest in pet care, grooming, and even luxury products.
But not everyone can have a pet. What happens then?
That's where technology steps in. Robot pets and AI companions are becoming popular, especially in places like Japan.
So people are literally buying companionship in digital or robotic form.
Exactly. It may sound futuristic, but it's already here. These products provide comfort, routine, and even emotional support.
That shows how deep the lonely economy goes. It's not just about convenience, it's about connection.
Right. Pets, whether real or robotic, are central to how people cope with solitude. Businesses are responding to that need.
We've covered food, entertainment, and pets. But what about self-care? That feels like another big piece of the lonely economy.
Absolutely. People are spending more on wellness apps, fitness subscriptions, and meditation tools to manage both their health and their emotions.
So it's not just about staying fit, it's about feeling balanced when you're alone.
Exactly. Some apps are designed to help people cope with stress and solitude.
And fitness subscriptions, such as yoga apps and virtual trainers.
Yes, they give people structure and motivation, which is especially important when you don't have a workout buddy.
So self-care spending is really about emotional resilience.
Right. The lonely economy thrives on products that help people feel stronger, calmer, and more connected to themselves.
It's interesting. Loneliness is driving people to invest in themselves.
Exactly. Wellness and self-care are becoming central pillars of the lonely economy, reshaping how people prioritize their time and money. Technology and consumer behavior.
We've talked about food, entertainment, and pets. But I feel like technology is the backbone of the lonely economy.
You're absolutely right. Technology makes solo living not just possible but comfortable. It's the enabler.
Like delivery apps and streaming platforms.
Yes, and beyond that, virtual reality social spaces are emerging. People can hang out in VR, even if they're physically alone.
So you're alone in your apartment, but in VR you're at a concert with friends.
Exactly. It's a way to bridge solitude and connection. It's becoming more mainstream.
And AI chatbots are part of this too, right?
Definitely. AI companions are designed to provide conversation, emotional support, and even routine reminders. They're filling gaps where human interaction is missing.
That's fascinating. Technology is both a comfort and a substitute for human presence.
Right. Technology is the engine of the lonely economy, constantly creating new ways to make solitude feel less empty.
So far we've looked at industries, but how are consumers themselves behaving in this lonely economy?
One big trend is comfort spending. People are buying things that make solo living easier or more enjoyable.
Like cozy furniture, streaming subscriptions, or gourmet snacks just for one.
Exactly. It's about creating a personal environment that feels safe and satisfying.
And hobbies too. I've noticed people diving into niche interests.
Yes, hobbies are huge. From baking to gaming to crafting, people are investing in activities that fill time and give them a sense of purpose.
And online communities play a role here too.
Definitely. Even if someone is physically alone, they can join digital groups, forums, or social media communities around their interests.